Welcome to Motivation at Hand, Ma. To know is to know how. Fulton County Superior Court, filed CA, dated August 14, 2023, Che Alexander, Clerk of Court. Indictment Clerk Number 23SC.188947, Fulton Superior Court. The State of Georgia vs. Donald John Trump Counts 1, 5, 9, 11, 13, 15, 17, 19, 27 through 29, 38 through 39. Rudolph William Louis Giuliani Counts 1 through 3, 6 through 7, 9, 11, 13, 15, 17, 19, 23 through 24. John Charles Eastman Counts 1 through 2, 9, 11, 13, 15, 17, 19, 27. Mark Randall Meadows Counts 1, 28. Kenneth John Casebro Counts 1, 9, 11, 13, 15, 17, 19. Jeffrey Bossert Clark Counts 1, 22. Jenna Lynn Ellis Counts 1 through 2. Ray Stalling Smith III, Counts 1 through 2, 4, 6, 9, 11, 13, 15, 17, 19, 23, 25. Robert David Cheeley Counts 1, 9, 11, 13, 15, 17, 19, 23, 26, 41. Michael A. Roman Counts 1, 9, 11, 13, 15, 17, 19. David James Schaefer Counts 1, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 40. Sean Micah Tresher Still Counts 1, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18. Stephen Cliffgard Lee Counts 1, 20 through 21, 30 through 31. Harrison William Prescott Floyd Counts 1, 30 through 31. Trevian C. Cuddy Counts 1, 30 through 31. Sydney Catherine Powell Counts 1, 32 through 37. Kathleen Alston Latham Counts 1, 8, 10, 12, 14, 32 through 37. Scott Graham Hall Counts 1, 32 through 37. Misty Hampton aka Emily Misty Hayes Counts 1, 32 through 37. 1. Violation of the Georgia RICO Racketeer Influenced and Corrupt Organizations, Act O. C. G. A. Section 1614-4C. 2. Solicitation of violation of oath by public officer, O. C. G. A. Section 1647 and 1610-1. 3. False statements and writings O. C. G. A. Section 1610-20. 4. False statements and writings O. C. G. A. Section 1610-20. 5. Solicitation of violation of oath by public officer O. C. G. A. Sections 1647 and 1610-1. 6. Solicitation of violation of oath by public officer O. C. G. A. Sections 1647 and 1610-1. 7. False statements and writings O. C. G. A. Section 1610-20. 8. Impersonating a public officer, O. C. G. A. Section 1610-23. 9. Conspiracy to commit impersonating a public officer O. C. G. A. Sections 1648 and 1610-23. 10. Forgery in the first degree O. C. G. A. Section 1691B. 11. Conspiracy to commit forgery in the first degree O. C. G. A. Sections 1648 and 1691B. 12. False statements and writings O. C. G. A. Section 1610-20. 13. Conspiracy to commit false statements and writings O. C. G. A. Sections 1648 and 1610-20. 14. Criminal attempt to commit filing false documents O. C. G. A. Sections 1641 and 1610-20.1b,
1.
15. Conspiracy to commit filing false documents O.
C. G. A. Sections 1648 and 161020.1b. 1.
16. Forgery in the first degree O.
C. G. A. Section 1691b.
17. Conspiracy to commit forgery in the first degree O.
C. G. A. Sections 1648 and 1691b.
18. False statements and writings O.
C. G. A. Section 161020.
19. Conspiracy to commit false statements and writings O.
C. G. A. Sections 1648 and 161020.
20. Criminal attempt to commit influencing witnesses O.
C. G. A. Sections 1641 and 161093b. 1a.
21. Criminal attempt to commit influence eyewitnesses O.
C. G. A. Sections 1641 and 161093b. 1a.
22. Criminal attempt to commit false statements and writings O.
C. G. A. Sections 1641 and 161020.
23. Solicitation of violation of oath by public officer O.
C. G. A. Sections 1647 and 1610(1).
24. False statements and writings O.
C. G. A. Section 1610(20).
25. False statements and writings O.
C. G. A. Section 1610(20).
26. False statements and writings O.
C. G. A. Section 1610(20).
27. Filing false documents O.
C. G. A. Section 161020.1b. 1.
28. Solicitation of violation of oath by public officer O.
C. G. A. Sections 1647 and 1610(1).
29. False statements and writings O.
C. G. A. Section 1610(20).
30. Conspiracy to commit solicitation of false statements and writings O.
C. G. A. Sections 1648, 1647 and 1610(20).
31. Influencing witnesses O.
C. G. A. Section 161093b. 1a.
32. Conspiracy to commit election fraud O.
C. G. A. Sections 212603 and 212566.
33. Conspiracy to commit election fraud O.
C. G. A. Sections 212603 and 212574.
34. Conspiracy to commit computer theft O.
C. G. A. Sections 1648 and 16993a.
35. Conspiracy to commit computer trespass O.
C. G. A. Sections 1648 and 16993b.
36. Conspiracy to commit computer invasion of privacy OCGA sections 1648 and 16993c. 37. Conspiracy to defraud the state O.
C. G. A. Section 161021.
38. Solicitation of violation of oath by public officer O.
C. G. A. Sections 1647 and 1610(1).
39. False statements and writings O.
C. G. A. Section 1610(20).
40. False statements and writings O.
C. G. A. Section 1610(20).
41. Perjury O.
C. G. A. Section 161078.
True Bill, August 14, 2023, Grand Jury Foreperson. Fonnie T. Willis, District Attorney. State of Georgia, County of Fulton and the Superior Court of said county. The grand jurors, selected, chosen, and sworn for the County of Fulton, to wit. Table of contents omitted. Count 1 of 41. The grand jurors aforesaid, in the name and behalf of the citizens of Georgia, do hereby charge and accuse Donald John Trump, Rudolph William Louis Giuliani, John Charles Eastman, Mark Randall Meadows, Kenneth John Casebro, Jeffrey Bossert Clark, Jenna Lynn Ellis, Ray Stalling Smith III, Robert David Cheeley, Michael A. Roman, David James Schaefer, Sean Micah Tresher Still, Stephen Cliffgard Lee, Harrison William Prescott Floyd, Trevian C. Cuddy, Sidney Catherine Powell, Kathleen Alston Latham, Scott Graham Hall, and Misty Hampton, with the offense of violation of the Georgia RICO, Racketeer Influenced and Corrupt Organizations Act, OCG Section 16144C. For the said accused, individually and as persons concerned in the commission of a crime, and together with unindicted co-conspirators, in the state of Georgia and county of Fulton. On and between the 4th day of November 2020 and the 15th day of September 2022, while associated with an enterprise, unlawfully conspired and endeavored to conduct and participate in, directly and indirectly, such enterprise through a pattern of racketeering activity in violation of OCGA Section 16144B. As described below and incorporated by reference as if fully set forth herein. Contrary to the laws of said state, the good order, peace, and dignity thereof. Introduction. Defendant Donald John Trump lost the United States presidential election held on November 3, 2020. One of the states he lost was Georgia. Trump and the other defendants charged in this indictment refused to accept that Trump lost, and they knowingly and willfully joined a conspiracy to unlawfully change the outcome of the election in favor of Trump. That conspiracy contained a common plan and purpose to commit 2 or more acts of racketeering activity in Fulton County, Georgia, elsewhere in the state of Georgia, and in other states. The enterprise. At all times relevant to this count of the indictment, the defendants, as well as others not named as defendants, unlawfully conspired and endeavored to conduct and participate in a criminal enterprise in Fulton County, Georgia, and elsewhere. Defendants Donald John Trump, Rudolph William Louis Giuliani, John Charles Eastman, Mark Randall Meadows, Kenneth John Casebro, Jeffrey Bossert Clark, Jenna Lynn Ellis, Ray Stalling Smith III, Robert David Cheeley, Michael A. Roman, David James Schaefer, Sean Micah Tresher Still, Stephen Cliffgard Lee, Harrison William Prescott Floyd, Trevian C. Cuddy, Sidney Catherine Powell, Kathleen Alston Latham, Scott Graham Hall, Misty Hampton. Unindicted co-conspirators Individual 1 through Individual 30, and others known and unknown to the grand jury, constituted a criminal organization whose members and associates engaged in various related criminal activities including. This criminal organization constituted an enterprise as that term is defined in OCG as Section L61433, that is, a group of individuals associated in fact. The defendants and other members and associates of the enterprise had connections and relationships with one another and, but not limited to, false statements and writings, impersonating a public officer, forgery, filing false documents, influencing witnesses, computer theft, computer trespass, computer invasion of privacy, conspiracy to defraud the state, acts involving theft, and perjury. This criminal organization constituted an enterprise as that term is defined in OCG as Section L61433. That is, a group of individuals associated in fact. The defendants and other members and associates of the enterprise had connections and relationships with one another and with the enterprise. The enterprise constituted an ongoing organization whose members and associates functioned as a continuing unit for a common purpose of achieving the objectives of the enterprise. The enterprise operated in Fulton County, Georgia, elsewhere in the state of Georgia, in other states, including, but not limited to, Arizona, Michigan, Nevada, New Mexico, Pennsylvania, and Wisconsin, and in the District of Columbia. To be continued. Part 2 of 16. Fulton County Superior Court, August 14, 2023, Che Alexander, Clerk of Court Indict, 3SC188947. Acts of racketeering activity and overt acts in furtherance of the conspiracy. Part 2, the enterprise. Count 14 of 41. The world is watching. The children are watching. America. Much appreciation to you for giving of your time with us at Motivation at Hand. To know is to know how. We trust you will come back soon.